When it comes to creating a dream life, we got to make the right choices. We got to take the actions. We got to have the right mindset to manifest that ideal reality into our life. And that's why I say writing down your goals is optimal, because it is a sense of direction. It gives you a target to aim for. And majority of people do not write down their goals. A lot of people just take it as far as New Year resolutions. They're serious about it for maybe a few days and then they just forget about it and go on with their lives. But if you're serious about creating your dream life and living your dream life, you got to write down your goals. You got to write them down. Studies show that if you write them down, there's a higher chance of people who do write them down of attaining the goal compared to people who just think about their goals rather than writing them down. And so when it comes to living your ideal life, you got to make the right choices, right? Certain choices lead to certain destinations. And it's a broad spectrum of life, of accumulative choices that takes us to certain directions, right? But I want to touch upon this one quote that I heard. What you're not changing about you, you're choosing. What you're not changing, you're choosing. So, to me, that's a very profound quote. And it's a quote that elaborates on self-reflection, right? So if you have a dream life, right, that I always talk about on this channel repeatedly, if I set a goal, let's say I want to be 20% body fat, I want to be 180 pounds, I want to gain 10% more pure muscle. But I set that goal and I want it, and the actions I take are a contradiction to that goal, I'm not going to reach that goal. Let's say I want that goal for myself because it's going to help me reach that dream life of being that fit. But I choose to sit on a couch. I choose to just go to the gym twice a week. It's going to be that's the life I'm going to manifest. It's going to be in ratio to the work I put, to the choices I make. So if I choose to just eat potato chips and go to fast food and eat like that all the time, I'm not changing myself. So I'm choosing that. I'm choosing that life. So therefore, it's going to be counterproductive towards my dream life. So what you're not changing, you're choosing. If you want to be financially free, but you're not changing anything about getting out of debt or paying off your car loans or anything that's holding you down as a debt anchor, that's what you're choosing. You're not choosing your goals. You might say it, verbally say that's what I want, but your actions are contradicting by you not changing anything about yourself. So when you're not taking action and you're not doing something about it and you're not changing something about you, that's actually another way of choosing something. So if you don't want to live healthy, if you want to be healthy, right, or you want to be financially fit, but you're choosing not to let go of certain bad habits, you're choosing against that goal. So you gotta self-reflect. You gotta be completely honest with yourself. You gotta lay out everything. And let's choose financial pillar. If you want to be debt free, and you want to have an emergency fund, let's say $10,000 in the bank, no debt. You want to have the leverage of freedom to choose to have options to whether you want to work, start a business. You got to change an aspect of yourself that's holding you in this current reality from breaking away to get to that reality. And if you don't change certain habits, you're not going to manifest your dream life. You're going to be stuck in your current reality. So if you want to live healthy, right? And that is a good, valid goal. You want to live healthy. But you don't want to let go of smoking cigarettes or doing drugs or eating junk food. Then you're not going to manifest that dream because you're choosing to not change something about you that's holding you back. You got to be honest with yourself. Honesty and integrity with yourself. And sometimes it's hard to be honest with yourself because we've built certain habits almost our whole lives that we're so comfortable with that feeling. It makes us feel familiar with a certain feeling that if we break away from it and move towards uncertainty, it's a scary feeling for a majority of people. And that's why it's very hard to change, because when you're changing your paradigm or a habit about yourself or a way of living, and that's all you've known all your life, it is hard to go against that. But where it starts is complete acceptance and complete honesty with yourself and really wanting to change. And if you want to change, you gotta change something that's holding you back. And that's an aspect of yourself. It's a habit that's holding you back. If you want to reach financial freedom, you want to be debt free, but you have a habit of eating out 3 to 5 times a week or even almost every day, that's going to be a lot harder to obtain financial freedom versus setting a budget, cooking at home, and you're saving, let's say $100 a week more. That will favor you and give you an advantage to pay off your debt faster. You can use that unused money towards other things, like things that will grow you money, or getting rid of all your bad debt. And it starts with changing a habit of yourself. So what you're not changing is what you're choosing. And if you don't change what you're doing now, you're going to be stuck in this current reality. You'll never break through out of your simulation to where you're living another ideal life. So what do you expect? What do you expect to do? How do you expect a new, more improved life if you're going to be doing the same thing and over and over and expect different results? That's insane. You got to do something new. You got to learn new things to experience new results. And you choosing not to change is what you're choosing. So when it comes to, if you want to reach higher vibrations in life, and this is one of the keys to manifesting law of attraction, when it comes to manifesting a dream life, you got to change on a deeper level almost every aspect of yourself. You got to let go of things within yourself, things that are holding you down. Any type of unforgiveness, hate, resentment, jealousy, or even too much anxiety or worry, or things that happened to you that made you view a certain situation a certain way because you've had trauma with a similar experience. Things like that hold you back. Or even like in the material world, like a car. You have this really nice Mustang, right? And your car note is 500 to 700 bucks a month. And it's holding you back, right? Versus just selling the car and buying something more reasonable and reliable, to where you save $300 or $400 a month just because you downgraded. That's something. If you let go of that, you'll have more positive cash flow to break free, get debt free, and start building wealth. But those are things you got to change and realize and let go. And it's not easy. It's not easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. But yeah, so in higher vibrations, you can only obtain certain resources, people, answers in higher vibrations that is not accessible in lower vibrations. In higher vibrations is more so contributions, healing, teaching, openness, acceptance. And lower vibrations is more taking, it's more blaming, it's more, there isn't much solution. It's more victim mentality. So if you want to break through that, you got to look in the mirror. And this world is very abundant. There's a lot of people in this world, over 2 billion. There's a lot of resources. We have the internet. We're so innovative with technology. Like, anyone can really improve their lives. Anybody can better their situation, no matter where you are in life. And if you're choosing not to change, that's on you. So if you want to reach higher vibrations, you got to take the time to reflect and see what you need to change of yourself that's holding you back, to improve and get you to a better version of yourself, to where you'll be in a higher vibration to welcome abundance into your life, to manifest your dream life. And it starts with you looking in the mirror and wanting to change and shifting your mindset. This world is amazing and there's so much. I'm gonna end with this because I gotta go here to church soon. But people don't see the world as it is. They see the world as they are. Because in reality, yes, the world is both negative and positive, but what you focus your attention on grows. And whatever you don't focus on, it starts to fade, dissipate, right? It's like the algorithm on any social media. The more you watch something, the more it tells us, the algorithm, to feed you more of that content. It's the same thing with your mind. Your mind's algorithm. You look at the world and all you see is negativity. That's all you're gonna resonate towards. And it's the same thing within yourself. And once you have that awareness that, oh man, the reason why I'm not manifesting my dream life is because it's starting from within, something I'm not changing about myself, then you're gonna be stuck there. And that's what you choose, because you choose not to change. So choose to change something of yourself, a negative aspect of yourself, convert it into a positive version of yourself, and your life will start improving.